Welcome back everyone to the Blender Creator course, Stylized 3D Models, and this is where we left it off. Alright, so you should have had a bit of a journey looking at how to actually mark seams and sharps on the models that you create. What we're going to do now is just go through and create these wooden blocks, and then I'll show you another video on how we actually put textures on there. Although we'll be doing it a little bit of a different way. You still need that background process like you need with seams and sharps, but I am going to show you some very simple techniques as well, which will also speed up your workflow. So let's now grab all of these, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press Shift D. I'm going to move those over to this side like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in and grab all of these. I'm going to press the tab button. I'm going to press A to actually grab everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to Mesh, Transform, and we're going to go down to Randomize. And then what I'm going to do is now, we can see that we've got a lot of random form on here, which is really nice. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to turn this down just a little bit to maybe 0.2. just to make them a little bit uneven, but not too uneven. So 0.2, we can see we've got a bit of an evenness now. I'm actually going to put this onto object mode at the moment, just so I have a better view. Now, it's very hard to see at the moment, and don't worry, we're going to do more of the randomness thing as well, but we just want them a little bit uneven just to start with. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is, I'm going to come over, add in a modifier, and the modifier that I'm going to add in is going to be a bevel. So we're going to go to Add Modifier, and we're going to go to Edit, Generate, there we go. Under Generate, we've got one that says Bevel. Now, the other thing I want to do at the moment, you can see that the bevel is looking really uneven. That's not how we want a bevel to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl-A, All Transforms, right-click, Set Origin to Geometry. Now, you can see that the bevel has only actually been done on one of these, and we want it doing on all of them at the same time. So what I'm going to do first of all though is I'm going to turn the amount down of this bevel to maybe 0.1, and we can see now that that's looking much nicer than how it should be. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl-L while I've got this one selected. I'm going to link or copy modifiers. And there we go. Now all those are actually done. Now what we can actually do, let's come into the first one and see if we can actually randomize this a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tab. I'm going to make sure I've got everything, grabbed everything with A. I'm going to come to Mesh, Transform, and Randomize. Now you'll see that the problem we have is now, if I turn this down, we're still not randomizing it too much. So we can randomize it by 0.1 or something like that. And you can see now that that's actually looking much nicer. Now you can see that when I press Tab, that we've got all this blockiness on there, and we don't really want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, Shade, Auto Smooth. And now we can see that we've got some real nice randomness to this block. Now what you could do on top of that is, you could come in, apply this modifier with Ctrl-A. So you can either press Ctrl-A to apply it, or you can click Apply like so. And now you can do is if you press Tab again, A to grab everything, you can come now, Mesh, Transform, Randomize, and it'll randomize it even more because you've got all of those bevels now which have been applied. So if I press 0.1 again, now we can see it's even more random. Now I actually don't want to go that far, so I'm just going to press Ctrl-Z just to go back before this modifier gets applied, and I actually want it like this because I'm fairly happy with how this looks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it for the same as the others. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab all these, I'm going to do, I'll grab all of them at the same time, but I will show you that it's probably worth doing them individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press A to grab them all, Mesh, Transform, Randomize, and let's see if I turn this down to 0.1, are we going to get a good, I'm wanting it to be a little bit like this. So now if I press Tab and then right click, Shade Auto Smooth, actually I think they are probably going to look actually okay. So you can see we've got a lot of variation in our blocks. But the thing is it gone too far? Do you know what I mean? Or has it gone far enough? Some of them look okay, some of them don't. So this one here, for instance, it looks okay. This one here, the same. This one looks okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come into this one, and any I'm not happy with, I'm just going to go to Mesh, Transform, Randomize, and then put this on 0.01, and then just randomize them a little bit more. Do the same for this one as well. So Mesh, Transform, randomize. And it's important that we get these right because we're going to be using them all over basically our building here. So we want them to look a little bit stylized straight off the bat. We want them to look really, really uneven. So any that don't look uneven, just make sure that you go in and you randomize them a little bit. So let's come to this one again. Mesh, transform, randomize, 0.1, like so. And now that's looking pretty nice. So just make sure that you're happy with them all. And I think I am. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to actually drop on a material on these. And we'll notice straight away that we will have an issue with our materials. So let's come up to File first. Let's go to Save. Let's go over now to our Asset Manager. And then what we're going to do now is we're just going to open this up. You can see because my Blender shut down, I've reopened it actually, that we've not got this on anymore. So it just says unassigned. So what I want to do is I just want to click on All, User Library, Open Preferences, and basically I want to re-add that in. So at the moment it's Blender Assets. This is the path. I just want to change that to where my setup is. So here is my textures. Click Accept. Close that down, and now I've actually got in my materials, which is what I want. All right, so we can see that we've got light wood, main wood. Now the one we want on this is the main wood. So I'm going to put this on shading, and then what I'm going to do is drop this main wood on. Now you'll see that we end up with a few problems when I do this. So let's just drop this on and let it load up. So it says compiling shaders, and we can see first of all, it's very, very blurred, and we don't want that. Now the other thing is if I unwrap this, so if you see if I go to unwrap, it unwraps like this, which is, it says failed to solve. And the reason it's failed to solve is the fact that I've not actually unwrapped this properly. Because if I go to my UV editing, I've not marked any seams, and this is what it looks like at the moment. If I press dot just to zoom in there, let's move this over a little bit, all the way over. Let's put this onto material. And let's then just put this back while we actually view this. So at the moment you can see it's not unwrapped properly. Now what about if I press U, come down to Smart UV Project, click OK. Now we can see actually that's unwrapped pretty nice without marking any seams. So you can see that actually you can get away on some models without marking any seams or anything and just click in UV which one is it? Smart UV Project. So that's great, but we have another problem in that this wood is actually the wrong way around. Now that's going to be a real pain because we're forever going to be able to go in A to grab it all, or 90 and spin it round. We don't really want to have to be doing that for every single model. So how do we actually stop that happening? Also, we want to dictate when we unwrap one how small or big the actual this is going to be. So this wood is going to be, because at the moment if I want to make this look smaller, so for instance if I press tab and I press S, I can really make this really low resolution. If I want to make it high resolution, I have to bring it all the way out like so, and now you can see it's looking pretty nice. Okay, but we don't actually want to do it that way. So the way we want to do it is we want to first of all come in, so let's press Ctrl Z. Let's put it back. Let's press U, Smart UV Project, click OK. And you'll notice now it drops it right in the center of my UV map. In other words, it's not going around the outsides or anything like that. And that is exactly what we want. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my shading panel. And with this wood, so it's this wood here, as you can see, if I go into this first wood, this is how it's made up. Now, if I pull this up here, like so, you can see that this wood is made up from the texture maps that you've also got in your download pack. And then those texture maps are to the principled. And what I'm going to do now is, on the next lesson, is I'm going to show you actually how to bring those in so you actually understand a little bit better. But you can see here that generally we have a color, we have a metallic, we have a roughness, and we have a normal map. If, for instance, I want to turn up the strength of the normal map, what I'll do is I'll make all the little bumps and things stick out a little bit more. Now, heading from there, we've got both of these basically going into material output. Now, the difference on this one is, what I've done is, I've actually used two bevels connected to a difference, to a color ramp, and what they're actually doing is, they're going to make the edges of the wood appear lighter. So if I just save this out, and then go to this one here, And what I'm going to show you is, once it's compiled, so you can see loading render kernels, this will take a few minutes, so just leave it to actually finish that off. Okay, so now that's worked. It actually took probably 3 or 4 minutes. It might take longer in your machine, so just don't worry about it. It's going to take a little bit of time. And now what you can see is we've got this wood on here. Now we can see a little bit of a fine line on here, and this is what this actual shader is set up to do. If I come in and turn this down, you can see now it gets a lot lighter, and it gives the illusion of planks of wood. So on the edges of planks of wood, we actually have a lighter contrast than the sides of the wood. Now I'm going to put that back because I only did it very slightly, so it's only very slightly noticeable. And what it works is it's using the edges of the actual model to actually make a difference in which one's darker and which parts are actually lighter. Alright, so now we've discussed that. On the next lesson, before we do anything else, I'm just going to show you how you actually can bring in your own textures into your own scenes. Alright everyone, so I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, bye bye.